Wow, what are some tips for prayer? It says in 1 Thessalonians 5:17 to pray without ceasing. What does without ceasing mean? Liddell and Scott, two Greek scholars, said without ceasing actually means praying as if you have a chronic cough. Now, you don't cough all day long. You cough in spurts. That's what without ceasing means, in spurts. So how do I pray in spurts? Well, I have certain cups in my house. I have Gamecock cups. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Your sports team. Write someone's permanent name on with a permanent marker. Write their name on it. Every time you drink out of the cup, pray for that person. That's praying without ceasing. I have prayer hats. I write people's names on the inside of hats, my yard hats and my work hats and things like that. Every time I put that hat on, I pray for that person. Prayer shoes. I write someone's name on the inside of my shoes. Fuzzy dice. You guys don't know what fuzzy dice is. Don't even pretend. No, don't even think you know what fuzzy dice is. My generation, boomers, we know what fuzzy dice is. You put them over. I put something over. I had a whistle when I was coaching football. Coaching my kids in football. I had a whistle hanging over the rearview mirror. Every time that whistle hit the front dash, I pray for something. Every time I hear a siren, I pray for the people in the accident. Every time I hear a certain song, I pray for my daughter. Every time I hear this, I pray for this. So these are tips on how to pray without ceasing. When I brush my teeth, I have written in my mind somebody's name on my toothbrush. And every time I brush my teeth, I pray for that person. So I pray for that person 2 or 3 times a day. I have business cards in my Bible. Whenever a business card falls out, I pick the card up and say, that must be the sovereignty of God. I pray for that person right on the spot. These are in addition to our morning session, our closet type prayer, which I think is very, very, very important. How to pray without ceasing throughout the day. These are little tips on how we can pray without ceasing throughout the day. Just put reminders up everywhere. Like I have a rock in my pocket, my winter coat pocket. Every time I pick up the rock, I listen to it and I say, there ain't no rock going to cry in my place. As long as I'm alive, I'll glorify the name of Christ. So I put the rock down and say, no, Jesus says if they're quiet, then the rocks and the trees are going to cry out. I ain't going to let no rock praise God. I look to God and say, I love you, Lord. Every time I see a 7X, if I see a 7X, I write them on business cards. 7X, it says in Psalm 119, verse 164, 7 times a day I praise you, O Lord, for your wonderful law. So every time I see the 7X, I stop and I praise God. Pray throughout the day. Pray without ceasing like you have a chronic cough. You got it? Figure out your own ways, your own little tricks, and then send them to me when you get a chance. I love you guys. We'll see you. Bye-bye.